Good evening, everyone. I'm Sudha from AMBEST TECHNOVATIONs. Today we're gonna discuss Python in deep, like from starting from scratch itself, because many of the disturbances were gone on the last 2 days. So it would be better to start from the scratch. And many of you haven't listened the first class, basics, right? Am I audible to you? Guys, am I audible to you? Okay, sure. Done. Let's start from the scratch. Guys, anyone knows about Python? Or you know about why Python is mostly used nowadays rather than other languages, in behalf of other languages? Can anyone? Tell me what you know about Python, because we have discussed on last sessions, right? I hope you know something about Python. Anyone? Okay, chalo. Let's talk about Python. What is Python? I hope I may get replies. Someone is waiting in the lobby. Before getting to know Python, I'll tell you why it is became most popular nowadays. Like machine learning and artificial intelligence and data science came into existence, like came into boom. So we are using Python nowadays. It is very much useful to us in Python, in machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data science, and even many more like YouTube, Netflix, and few more space station, NASA. They were using Python. Mute yourself. Guys, when you don't hear my voice, just Ping me there, or just tell me out. Actually, Python is a very easiest language that it has the simplest code. Only we write very less lines of code. We don't have any time complexity problems or space complexity problems in Python, and it is mostly used in many, like for encryption purpose, decryption purpose. It has many uses. Let's get to know what it is. Anyone responded in chat room? What is Python? No one. All right. I'll be getting into the topic. I'll be sharing my screen. Anyone is in lobby? Let me check. Okay. Actually, Python is a general purpose programming language where which can be used for almost anything. Like might it be like development purpose or web pages or for any machine learning purpose. And we also use it for sorting purpose. We used to build some applications by using Python. Whereas let's know about Python, where it was started and how it was started. Like in 1980s, like Guido van Rosen, he was a scientist, like he has invented Python. He has invented Python, and he just want to make a language. So he thought of its features should be beautiful and it should look very easy and understandable for everyone who read the code and who wanna know about it. So he started like a hobby and make a language which would use indentation instead of brackets. We use brackets in other languages, right? In Java, C++, C, Kotlin, we use brackets, right? In the place of brackets, here he has innovated a new concept called indentations. It's nothing but a space, nothing but spaces or space gaps. Got it? In the same way, the code is very distinguishable and it is more readable. Like you can simply read it like an English novel or something. So he has named it after a cartoon show used to be there. It was it's very popular in those days. And so it is a Monty Python series was the comedy show and it was very creative show. It's a flying circus, like Monty Python flying circus, where it was uh, mostly was show in those times in 1970s. So it was the one of the favorite for Guido van Rossum. So he thought of naming his language or the Python, like the language which we are using now, as Python, because he was very much interested in this show because it was so creative and gained more popularity, and also it was very interesting one, and it was also a unpredictable show. So he wants to his language consists of all those features. So he thought of making it sorry, he thought of naming his show as Python, like his language as Python. Mute yourself, guys. Hello, number 438. If you want to talk, you can go out from the class. Just mute yourself. If you are not interested, just leave the class. No issue. I don't want to admit you again. Okay. Python has gained its popularity recently because the rise of machine learning and AI in artificial intelligence, as Python makes code writing easy and efficient. That's why it is mostly adopted nowadays. So formally saying, formal definition of Python is like Python is a high level interpreted language which has easy syntax and dynamic semantics. So what does these four words mean? Anyone know about it? Let's talk about the four keywords now. First one is high level language. It means Python derives components from the natural language that we human like we use English, right? That's the way Python used to write the code. It was very simple as we communicate with each other. Sorry. This makes it easier for anybody to understand. I think you got it. High level programming is nothing but the language which we use in our daily life, in some in some format of instructions. It is called high level, where anybody can try it and exactly know what the code we have written on the programming platform. Like you will easily get to understand what was the code. That's called high level. Whereas let's get into the interpreted. What is interpreted means? Just the compilation of code in a line by line format. It is said to be interpreted. It is useful for debugging errors and much more easier and efficient. But this comes at a cost. Like, if you want to learn Python, you have to learn Python. If you want to learn Python, you have to learn Python. If you want to learn Python, you have to learn Python. If you want to learn Python, you have to learn Python. If you want to learn Python, you have to learn Python. But this comes at a cost. as Python is much slower than any other language. Like by interpreting the code, it would be very it would be slower when we compare to compiler. Interpreting the code is very slow process, right? That's why that was one of the disadvantages of Python. Like, but it has the advantage of debugging errors. Next, Python has a simple, easy syntax, and it is make use of indentations. Like I told you before, it has only one new. It has one new feature like how we use braces in other programming language. We use indentation in the same way here. In the form or in the place of braces, we use indentation to distinguish between the block of code, guys. Like it's a block of code like class, functions. We just differentiate between them. Are you getting me? Guys, are you getting me? Respond. Are you getting me? All right. And Python has the dynamic semantics. Like it is dynamically typed language, we used to say. Because it do not need to initialize any kind of like anything like any kind of data types or some anything before we start coding. Got it? No need of like no, we don't need to specify any kind of data types so that it has a clear idea, like it gives us a clear idea because we know that dynamically typed is nothing but we don't need to specify any data types. It can itself it can take it can get to know what kind of data we have used. Let's go ahead and understand the different features that Python provide us. So as you can see, there are many features for Python. Like you can see here, there are many features for Python. Simplicity. Simple and easy to learn, free and open source, rich library, platform independent, portable, embedded, extensible, interpreted. Let's get to know step by step. Like simple and easy to learn. Why we call it's a simple language and it's easy to learn? Because it has made programming fun. It is simple. It makes you think more for obtaining the solution from your problem. Like just it shows it gives a question like we will be having a question. In question itself we got to know the answer. We got to know the solution. It was very that simple. So that thinking of code will be very easy. We'll get the logic by just seeing the question itself. Are you getting me? Just raise your hand if you get my point. All right. If you don't get my point, just tell me. I'll be telling again. I'll telling the concept again. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. You can turn off the rays. You can off it. Alright. Next, we got why it is simple. It is simple and easy to learn, right? It has very little code, and also it is very easy to understand by question itself. So it is said to be simple, and it also is very easy to learn. The code will be very little. Well, like we used to write Java Hello World program. It takes almost 8 to 10 lines. But in Python, we can write it in one line. I'll show you how after getting through the basics. Next, let's talk about the next important feature. It's an open source language. Why we call it as open source language? Because it is free for everybody and anybody can use it. Someone has told something. Anyone? All right. Actually, it can be accessed by anyone. It can be used freely by anybody. So that we call it as open source language. It was available for anybody throughout the world for free of cost. There is nothing to pay for Python and its libraries. And it has a rich library. It means it has many components like NumPy, Pandas, SkyPy, Matplotlib. It has many things which can be which contains of many features which are useful in scientifically, like in banking sector, in calculation. There are many things. Python provides many things. Like we can also modify Python accordingly so that it gives us very great benefits. Next, let's get into another feature. It's portability. Like portability is nothing but we can write the code which was written can be sent to other team members or other people and they get the same result as you. Like how we are sending WhatsApp text from here to we'll share WhatsApp text, Instagram messages or something, right? Like we'll share everything, right, in social media. Like how we can share the Python code with anyone, and it can be accessible by the people whom we like to share, so that those people can access the code and they can get the same result like you, like same output like you. This is mostly used in multinational companies or some other companies by the people who works on teams, or even you can use this in your project so that there will not be any clumsy in the code. There will not be any errors. We don't get any errors because it is portable. It can be transferred to anyone and at any time. That is said to be portability. And this makes us very helpful for us. This is a very helpful feature, portability, because when we are working on a project, we should get some code. If the person is not available in the office, So you will be getting the code in one click. So, and also it is useful in making some applications with our team members or some apps or websites. It will be very useful. In certain things, it is very useful. And it also has many better functions. But also other languages have some better features than Python. But Python allows us to add code to that particular language, which in itself, like, which makes Python more powerful with that state. Like, we can write Java, it can be compatible with Java, C, C++, any, or HTML. It is compatible with any of the languages. So that's why it is called embedded language. It is embedded. Sorry, guys. And let's get into the interpreted. Like, interpretation is nothing but, I told you before, it is line by line execution process of code, where it is more efficient and easy, where whole program may take up to lot of memory. But in Python, it will be taking very less memory, and also the block of code can be, like, it doesn't contains any kind of errors. It will be free from errors, and easily it will resolve the errors. So it has many features and library support also. It has a rich library, I told you before. So you will find solutions for every problem regarding to any, like, numeric calculations or any scientific problems. It may give some effective results to it, and it is very efficient. Right? All, are you getting me? Guys, could you hear me? Are you hearing me? Is there any voice breakage or something? Okay. Then let's get into applications of Python. It was used in web development, like developing some web pages, whereas game development, like we used to play PUBG and something, some Clash of Clans like that. We used to play, right? They'll use it in game development, IoT programming. It is Internet of Things. It is mostly known to, I think you guys know, because you see people will be getting this in many subjects. Like, it was related to you, where it is used in artificial intelligence, where we use artificial intelligence in many aspects nowadays. We have many AI bots also. So with that bots, we are converting some face detection, whereas some face mapping apps, whereas we can create some resumes without any knowledge. We can write some essays also by using this artificial intelligence. There are many AI bots nowadays, and machine learning. Like, we all use YouTube, right? YouTube, Flipkart. Like, they used to know what we like the most. Like, we used to search in Google search engines or Chrome, like you or Google. We used to search, right, something we want like that. They used to present the same kind of ads by using that data. Like they will be like mission will be like computers or phones will be training, like mobiles will be training, the apps will be training itself by using machine learning techniques, by using some machine learning algorithms like classification sorry, decision tree, KNN. There are many algorithms in machine learning also. If there is a time, we will be talking about it. Next, DB programming. DB programming is nothing but database programming. The data will be stored, not just normally we will use some secondary memory, right? In the same way, we will be using database for storing large data. We'll use database for that. In that way also Python is very useful. We'll use Python in for storage purposes, for security, like encryption and decryption purposes, and network programming and cyber security. As we all know, network programming, like you guys know about computer networks, I hope so. And we'll use it for cyber security. That I told you in database programming, like encryption, decryption. We use some code language to encrypt the data and send it to some other place or some other person. It is mostly used in like forensic departments or some CBI departments for keeping the data safe. And also it may have lots of uses like NSC is like nothing but National Security Agency, where it is using it for some security purpose like encryption, decryption purpose, as I told you now. And I hope so you know about Raspberry Pi, right? It's a small crate-sized computer which promotes Python, and it is used for educational purpose. And also scientists of NASA. We all know about NASA, space stations, right? Even they use Python to perform some scientific calculations. And we all use Netflix, right? These are all daily life examples. Like in Netflix, what it will do means it used to understand the data where it makes into clusters and recommend the TV shows which we like. Like the content, it will go with our content. We watch every day some videos, right? It will go with the content and it will show it upon our interest. And next example was YouTube. As I told you before, like in machine learning, it will use the data from by using some algorithm. It will collect our data and it will use it for further searches, like further showing. It shows some ads regarding a footwear which you have seen in some Flipkart or Meesho, any other applications. Like it used to show what you like, and it will show it just what will it do means it will be trained up with the machine learning algorithms, so that it is very it used to know the what content you like, so it will displays the same content on your screen. Next, before getting into installation, okay, let's install Python. After installation, I'll tell you code. Just open your browser and type Python download. Just this is how you should. Just we download some apps from Play Store, Apple Store, right? In the same way, Python download. You will find an official website. Python download. Here is the official website. Just click on it. Currently, we have up to 3.11. 3.11 is the latest version of Python, and 3.12 is gonna release next year. They have mentioned it is pre-release, but it will be gonna release in next year, August or July. Present currently available version is 3.11.5. We haven't gone through versions, right? Let's discuss versions before getting into installation process. You can see here we have many versions in Python, but only few were succeed here. We have Python before Java itself. Before the existence of Java itself, we have Python, but it doesn't have that boom at that moment. So present machine learning, data science, and also artificial intelligence came into light. So Python has gained its position now. So currently we use only second version and third version of Python. Currently we use second version and third version of Python because first version have it doesn't satisfies. It was like it doesn't have that many features like second and third version have. Even second version gonna be uh, will not be there after few more years. Even usage of second version have been decreased. Mostly they are using third version, where you can see that 1.0 was released with new features like lambda, map filters, and reduce. First, they have released a version called 0.9.0 in 1991. After that, in 1994, Python has released one more version, that is 1.0, where it is used, where it consists of new features like lambda, mapping, filter, and reduce. I hope one of the concept we have covered on that day, 2 days back. But no issue. I'll be telling it again. And in 2.4, they have added new features such as list comprehensions, garbage collection system, where these are used for collecting the data which was being deleted. Whereas when we after that they have released some 3.0 version, where it will rectify the fundamental flaws, and also it consists of many features like, what can I tell you, it consists of some modules. There are very new modules have been added, and it may consist of 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, up to some 10 or 10 to 12 versions. And even the third version also consists of many versions. Up to 3.11 is the latest version nowadays. Now let's get into the installation of Python. You can see here, right? You can directly download it from here. Actually, I have one more version on my laptop now, so I'm not gonna install it right now. You can see it will be downloaded. You just click on this, go to customize and installation option. So you should check all these boxes. If they are not ticked, you have check all these boxes. They should be ticked because we have to install pip commands, tkinter, IDLE, and also some libraries. We'll be getting everything installed in these Python itself. So just click on next. After that, I told you right, click on all advanced options, check all. After you'll get installing. Now close that and you will be finding, if you search Python ideally here, Python ideally, see here, just a minute guys. Okay, let me open ideally platform. This is how ideally looks. It was just like a notepad. Just let me write a hello world program. It was the first program for every language, right? Let me write hello world program. Print. Print is the statement we use to get the code, get an output. Print hello world. Hit on run module or F5. You will be getting like this. It will be like you have to save this. Before running the program, you must save the program. So click on OK. I was saving it to, I already have a folder, I have created folder. I'll be saving it to practice folder, program. I'll save it. Yes. You can see here, hello world is displayed here. This is how the Python ideally works. It is called a shell or a console where we get the output. Guys, are you getting me? Respond. Hello. Guys, are you getting me? Any doubts till now? Do you have any doubts? If you wanna check the Python version, or if you don't know whether Python is installed on your PC or laptop, you can check through command prompt. I think you guys are aware of command prompts. It is here, command prompt, CMD. We used to call it in short form. Just open it. Just type Python. See here, your Python version will be displayed. If you have any version installed on your PC or laptop, we'll be getting its version. You can see here Python 3.7.1 was installed on my laptop at currently. It was came into existence like it was on 2018 of October. You can see here if there is no Python in your laptop or PC, you will not be displayed with anything. You'll be just getting this blank thing. It will not display anything. This is how command prompt is useful. I think you got how Python works, right? Next, get into some other topic. Guys, are you clear with this? Up to this, are you clear? Any doubts? You can ask me now. Anyone respond? Okay, I'll be getting into some other topic now. Let's take this code. As we all know, like we used to do some mathematical calculations, right? In the same way, we'll be doing today with Python. You can see now. Just now I have typed some hello world program, right? Where is ideally? Here it is. Rather than hello world, let's type some CMR IT. Easy. Just run the code, hit on run module. It will be saved automatically. You can see here. It was printed just like the hello world program. We will be getting the output within seconds. Have you understand how to use ideally? All right. I'll be closing this tab. Guys, have you got how to install Python, right? Next, let me write a program. A simple program. Just what can I write now? A plus B program. Like we used to do some additions, right? In our childhood, we used to do some additions, right? In the same way, we will be doing with this. A equals to some 40 equals to some 85.6. Enter. Print A plus B. You can see here it was printed A plus B. Without, you can see here, have I gave any data types, or have I tell the, like, what can I tell you, Python, like I was using integers, I was using string, have I told it? This is how we can say it was dynamically typed language. There is no need of specifying any kind of data types here. It will automatically get the type of it. Print A. You can see here we got class int. This is how it was showing that it was an integer type data. This is how we get. Let's see one more example. Let's take equals to sorry, let's see B. Some 89.6 let's give. Let's see what kind of value it will display. Type B. If you guys have and if you guys have attended previous classes, you will be getting to understand what I'm telling you now. Even the people who was new to this class will be understanding this, because it was very simple. Just there is a English and mathematical terminology. You can see it is a class float. Float is nothing but only it shows the number, it displays the number which is after point. We have, if it contains any decimal number, it shows that number as float. This is a float data type. Are you getting me? Guys, are you getting me? Hello. Could you hear me? As you wish. Next topic, input and output. How we give input and how we get output. We use input command for giving input, and we use print command for getting output. We don't always displace input command for giving input. Let's see input function, how it works. In Python programs, we use the input function to take any kind of data input from the user through the keyword. Like what it is saying. Just a minute. Someone is waiting in the lobby. What it is saying is that input command will take any kind of data in the form of keyword. This is said to be the input function, where input function waits for the user input. As soon as the user enters the data and the processes the enter key, the input function reads the data and assigns it to the variable. What the input command will do, it will take the data from the user, like me or like you, who gives the data to it. So it will take the data and it will feed the variable. It will assign the data to the variable. Let's know what is variable. Before getting it, let's see the string here. Variable name equals to input. Input function always returns string value. Do you know what is string, guys? String value is nothing but the list of characters or a set of characters which are in the sequence are said to be a string. Either it may be uppercase letters or lowercase letters or words or sentence. It is a collection of sentence. We can say it is a collection of sentence. Input function always return in string value. Next, Python function. It is used to display the output on the console. As you can see here, we have displayed some output by using Python function. You can see here, right? Are you able to see? Guys, are you able to see? And also we have many types of Python can be run in any kind of platforms like Jupyter, ideally PyCharm. We have many platforms where it can be accessed with where it can be run. Someone, who is the one? Okay. Where is this? Print function, where print function is used to display the output of the code. You can see here we have done that. Print type of B, I said. It has showed me, hit on run. It has shown me class float. Print option is print function is used to show us, like, make the user visible the output. Like, you make the user to see the output. You get the output by using print function. All right. Then tomorrow I'm not gonna love you after 7:30. Whoever will be after coming after 7:30 can exit the meeting. No need of waiting in lobby because already 1 hour is over. Even now they are getting into lobby. They are just joining now. Next, you can see default input type string. As I told you before, string is a collection of sentences, a collection of words or a collection of characters. Let's see this code, how it works. How the input is taken is, it is taken in the variable format. You can see control. Let's delete this. What we need is like it's a variable like input. We'll be getting to enter some data. We'll get the variable which we have given to the input. Let's run the program. Run module F5. Just a minute, guys. I'll show you. You can see here we got entered data. I'll be entering 26 5J. Enter. What was this disturbance? From where it is coming? Can't you mute yourself? I have told you before. How many times have I should tell you? I told you if you don't attend the class, you can exit from the meeting. I don't have an issue. I'll simply let you out. I don't have a problem with you. If you have any problem, you can go out. I don't have any problem. If you don't want to listen class, you can leave. You will be losing everything. Don't make such disturbances. Don't create any drama here. Number 413. Just get out of the class. If you are not interested, just get out of the class. I will not tell you again. And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna allow you to the class from tomorrow. Just tell me what's your problem. Okay, we have seen that what we get, right? We have done with this code, and next it was same as the thing we have done before. Whatever the data you enter, you will get the type of the data. As I showed you before, how to get the type of the data. Just go to ideally. Run the program. You can see, sorry, I'll be entering some data as false. Is false. What kind of data type it is? Enter. Is it false a string data type? Does anyone know? Is false a string data type? No, right? But the thing is that we have entered the data inside this cell, inside this quotation marks. So we'll be treating it will be system will be like program will be treating it as a Python will be treating it as a string. The data which is returned in inside the quotation marks, it will be treated either maybe it is single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. It doesn't care about it. It just treats the data as string. You can see we'll be getting an error because those double double quotes and single quotes or triple quotes, it makes the data as string. No need of writing all these codes. Actually, we have printed this hello world statement also before. I hope you got understand. That's the first code we always print in any kind of programming language. Let's get into Python comments. What are comments? Comments are nothing but these are very useful in the part of this Python programming where it is a ignorable part, but these are really very useful because we for when we are reading the code or we want to write code for something which is not completed, which is half written, we don't know what the code is. The comments will be telling us what the code consists of because comments were indicated by ash or slash, where it will tell about what the things we have used, that what we have we defined class, or have we defined function, or have we given any keywords, or have we defined any object. It will tell have you imported something. It will tell about everything. Comments are very useful in the perspective of this Python programming language, where they are denoted by hash function. And for single line comments we use hash. There are three types of comments we have. We have three types of comments. One is single line comment, second one is multi-line comment, and third one is documentation string comment. Where single line comments were written through slash, by using slash, and multi-line comments like writing 3 to 4 lines of comments were used with triple quotes. When we get into documentation string comments, we'll be using underscore for documentation string comments. We'll be using print like before and after. It is denoted with underscore. This is said to be documentation string comment. You can see here it is a multi-line comment and single line comment. And Python compiler will never ever consider this part. Even if you write 1000 lines of comments, it will ignore the comments part. You can see here. Let me explain you this. With this example. These are single line comments, right? Let's use this. Let's see what happens now. And let's run it. We are going to learn Python comments, right? That was written with hash function. So that hash function is for which we use for single line comments. Just run the code. Before running the code, let me change this. And change this print function. Now let's run the code. Okay. Let me print it. Print is used to display on the console. This is what we have written, which is used like print statement is used for print function is used for displaying the code on the console. This is what we have written, right? This will not be getting printed, only learning code will be getting printed. You can see it now. Learn coding. This is how it works. How many lines of code have you written is not at have you how many lines of comments have you written is not considered by the console or the IDLE. The only thing was that it will help us reading while reading the code, or if we wanna take up any project which is stopped in the middle or which was half completed. At that moment we use at that moment comments were very useful to us. Let's write some other comment, some other type of comment. mm, let's add triple quotes. I'll be taking it to the next line. There's small error in this. Play console run. You can see here, even if we take it as a multi-line comment, it will not show any kind of error. Let me take, instead of this, I think document string will never work with this. Do not mute yourself. If you want it, you can go out. Don't have an issue. Like I have told some others before. If you wanna go out, you can. You can see here, we have written multi-line comment, right? It will not be printing any of the following. Let's see this. Run. You can see here there is nothing printed here. Those are multi-line comments. By using them, we have used print function in it, but it haven't printed anything there. And even it doesn't show error because I have used some quotation symbols, quotations here, but these are not valid in this. Ideally, it will show an error, but it doesn't display any error because it's a multi-line comment. This is how it works. Let's get into Python keywords. Python keywords are just like some reserved words where its meaning is already defined. There are two kinds of keywords. One is predefined keywords and the other is user defined keywords. Almost we have 35 keywords at presently. At currently we have 35 keywords which are already predefined. You can see a note here. We can't use a keyword as a variable name, method name, or any identifier. We can't use keyword as a variable name, method name, or any other identifier. Right? Anyone? All right. I'm sorry. And you can see here there are 35 keywords, and as, assert, async, await, break. Break is used for, like, what can we tell you, to break the classes, where we have class, continue, def. Delete command is used for delete some any kind of data. Delete function is used for delete keyword is used for deleting any kind of data from a list or tuple, or even from a string. Sorry, tuple is a mutable data type. Next, else, elif. Else is used for if else condition, where else is used for whether it is to know whether it is true or false. If false, it will be printing something else. False is one of the boolean kind of thing, like boolean type. Finally, for, you know, for loops, right? It is from that kind. From global, we'll be talking about global and local after some time. Lambda, I have told you before, some they have implemented lambda in second version, like that. Non-local, not, or, pass, raise, return. Return is just used for to get some data from the available data. True is also a boolean type. Boolean data type. True is also a try, while, do, while we used to know, right? With, yield. These are the keywords which are available in Python at present. And we can say Python keywords are case sensitive because here capitals like uppercase letters and uh, lowercase letters will work different. Let's see. Let's get into the code. What we did is importing, we have imported keyword. For getting all keywords, we have written something keyword.kwlist. This is the statement we use to get all the keywords. Like 35 keywords are there, right? We'll be getting them. Next, print the keywords. That is also a command. What we need is we have to print the keyword. For keys, key in keywords, print key. Now let's run this. It shows an indentation error. Indentations are very important in Python because they works like same as um, same as like brackets, braces in other languages. You can see here we got printed of 35 keywords here by using KW list. False, none, true, when, as, assert, async, avoid, break, class, continue, def, delete, elif, else, expect, except, global, import, in, is, lambda, try, while. We got everything right. This is how we can get the keyword list. This is the statement. This is the statement we use to get the keyword list. Keywords equals to keyword.kw list. That's what we use to get the keyword. For importing keyword, we use import function for importing a keyword. We know print function is used for getting the output. And you can see comments. We have written the comments. No comments have displayed here. Have you observed it? As displayed here. Sorry. We got to know what is keyword and how it works. Like we don't need to remember all the keywords, all 35 keywords. We can get the list whenever we want by just using the keyword button. And you can see here it is available since 3.10.5 version. I mean 3.10.5 version. It is that those 35 keywords are available. Let's get into the variable thing. Let's know about variable. What is variable? Variable is the name of the memory location where we can store different types of values. Where we say that it is a container. It is a container which stores the values. We can say it as a container. And it is also known as an identifier. And it holds the values, so we don't need to specify the type of the variable in Python. As I told you, we don't need to specify any type of the any kind of what kind of variable it is in Python. And where Python is smart enough to get the variable name or to get the variable type, we'll be giving the variable name. So it is smart enough and it is very very effective, so it can get to know what kind of variable it is, what type of variable it is. Variable names can be like it can contain both letters, a group of letters or a group of digits. It may contain anything, but they have to begin with a letter or an underscore. Variable should, what I'm telling, variable must be begin with underscore or letters. It can consist of letters, numbers, it can consist of both digits and letters. But the name of the variable should be should be start with underscore or a letter, and they are case sensitive. They are case sensitive because I think you know about the case sensitive, right? Here RAM is different. Normal. If I print, RAM is different. Here it was case sensitive. It always takes um, differentiation between capitals and uppercase letters and lowercase letters. And one more thing, there are two types of variables. One is local variable and the other is global variable. Local variable can be accessed only inside the function, where it is only used inside the function, where it is a private. It is said to be private. Where global variable can be accessed even outside the program, even outside the function. It is said to be public. It can access globally. Whereas local variable can't be accessed by the user or anyone outside the function. This is how the variable works. Global and local. Those are the two types of variables which we use. Before getting into data types, there is one more topic in keywords. That is like we use three types of cases in keywords for using keywords. There are one is camel case, second one is Pascal case, and third one is snake case. Where camel case consists of, if there is a sentence of words, if there is a group of words, the first word in the camel case will be having all small letters, lowercase letters. From the second word, the first letter of the every word will be in capital. Where is the console? It means camel case, right? Camel case. In this, what will happen means, let's take name, no name. We are engineers. We are students. Let's take we are students. In camel case, how we write is are students. In camel case, first word of the sentence will always be written in lowercase letters. and the second word, and from the second word, the first letter of every word should be capital. Like should consist of uppercase letter. Are you getting my point? Guys, are you getting my point? All right. Next, let's see Pascal case. In Pascal case, how we define the sentence, how we define Pascal case. In Pascal case, every first letter of the word in a sentence will be capital. Like we are students. This is how we write in Pascal case. When we deals with snake case, it works different. When we go with snake case, it is said to be, we use underscroll in between everything. Like we can write in capitals or smalls, it doesn't bother. But in snake case, we use underscroll. We are you can see here we use underscroll for snake case. In Pascal, we write every letter of the first word. For every word, the first letter would be capital. In camel case, except the first word, all the other words will consist of capital letter. This is how camel case, Pascal case, and snake case were used. I hope you got it right. I'm gonna end the session within 2 minutes. Do you have any doubts? Now you can tell it to me. I can clarify it. Do you guys have any doubts? I'm gonna end the session in 2 minutes. Are you understanding? Anyone can respond, right? Guys, understanding. I'll be ending the session with variables today. Sorry, yeah, with the variables I'll be ending the session. Tomorrow we'll discuss about data types again. And followed by data types, followed by list, indexing, slicing, count, insert, extend, copy, where designing order, list comprehension, and tuple. We'll be covering tomorrow. Or else we'll be covering the next day. Okay, guys, thank you. Have a good day. You can exit.